This is Marcus Washtel here. You phoned me a few minutes ago, yeah?
That's right. Thanks for calling back. How are we doing today?
Not too bad, thank you. Yourself?
Yeah, very well, thank you. Very well. I just wanted to touch base in regards to your sofa and chairs. If now's a good time?
Yes, it is, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So firstly, obviously, apologies for the delay in getting back to you. I know Jeff did call me. I believe that you did speak to him earlier today as well. And you've been dealing with Sam, the manager at the Reading store previously?
That's right, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So it's just escalated to myself in regards to sort of the escalation process that we have in store. Obviously, I've got an understanding of the history, both with the chairs and with the sofa as well, and obviously where we're at the moment and what you'd like to do moving forward. But it'd be great to hear a little bit more background from yourself, just so I can get as we've not spoken before, just to get a bit more of an understanding, and certainly see what we can do to try and help.
Well, Jeff, by the sound of it, had read all the email trains, so he was fully aware of the disgraceful situation that I've been put through with the way that Sam's handled this. And then, of course, it all relates to the problems with the sofa itself not meeting acceptable quality standard, and the chairs not being as described by as what we thought we were buying in the shop when the sales representative, Rick, went and put a completely different name into the computer to make the order, of which we discover when the actual stuff gets delivered that he's gone and done that. And there's a variety of procedures that I could see that you try and put in place, but none of them were given us the opportunity to check and make sure that everything was done right. So it sounded like that the staff didn't know what they were doing, and then secondly, the actual product itself has now been through 2 inspections by a technician to verify whether or not the product is acceptable or not.
So, firstly, I'd be glad to address the two separately. Firstly, in regards to the chair, we have looked at. I can only sincerely apologise. First and foremost, we like to avoid errors as much as possible. We do have checks and balances in process in place to make sure that that's right. But it's clear to see what's happened and it's been ordered as the one without the lumbar support instead of with, and just been very clear in terms of what's on display with the images, and that should have been a straightforward thing, which is an error on our end, and certainly we'd like to rectify that in most occasions. We'll try and find a solution, because everything we do is made to order. It's not an off-the-shelf item. So we do like to avoid these errors happening, because it creates a massive inconvenience to yourself as a customer. It's also a cost to us as well. So it's quite important these things don't happen, and clearly we can see where that's gone wrong. As far as the settee and the sofa goes, absolutely, again, it is all made to order. And you've brought it to face, and the last thing we want you to have is faulty furniture. But when we do have issues, as I said, because it is made to order, we do have a process whereby we do need to send a technician out to inspect it. They write a report, we send that back to the factory, and they give us, authorization. They look at it, and between them they agree what the best step is. Now, sometimes the furniture is modular, and if it's a quick fix, sometimes they can do it straight away because it's just an adjustment that's needed, or there's a pre-assembled part that can just be replaced, or something like that. On this occasion, what's happened is they've sent a report, and the factory have asked for more information before making a decision, which is why they've had to come and take additional images of the interior. Now,
what was the outcome of that? Because the whole idea of this is I'm getting hacked off with being delayed in all of this. And the Sam store manager said he would come back to me within 3 to 4 days. Well, the 4th day was on Monday. This is now the 5th day. So this is the second time that the shop has failed to come back to me on time. So the second inspection by the technician, which was very inconvenient, he gave me 1 hour before he actually turned up, was done. And he looked at all the metalwork underneath it. Right? Now, what is the outcome of that with Natuzzi, and what is the decision?
That's the bit. So we've sent that back, and I can apologise, it's taken us longer than what we would have liked. It's just the weekend and the Mondays in it. It's taking longer than we would have liked. But normally we send that to the factory, the quality controller. I
thought just 1 second. I think isn't it the technician that sends that back to the factory, because it was Italy that asked him to do the work.
So it goes via head office, which is in military. So they send it to us, and we send it on to them because they work on on our behalf. So our head office is in the middle, but they've looked at it anyway. They've come to the conclusion that yes, there's an inherent fault with it. Sometimes they offer a solution whereby repair. On this occasion, they've said they're happy to write off for us to uplift the furniture or replace it for brand new and get it reordered. So they're happy to, that's based on the report that they've got. There is a fault with it. And last thing we want you to do, you've bought something brand new, but we don't want to offer you a repair or anything like that. We're happy to replace the furniture fully, which will be both the sofa and the chairs. What we also would want to do is leave you without furniture. So, if we did go down the route of ordering brand new replacements for everything, we'll certainly leave that in place until the replacement was to arrive, and that way we would just swap them out as and when they come in. I've also looked at it with our head of customer care, because I certainly appreciate the journey's not been as smooth as we like, and we've made an error with the chairs. And we certainly would like to review if there's something that we can do as a gesture of goodwill on top of the replacement for you, if you are happy for us to replace. It is quality furniture. I can only apologise that it's come in that condition, but one thing we like to do is ensure that we do put these things right quickly and efficiently as possible. But unfortunately, it is sometimes that these things do take longer than we would like as well, because we do have to go back and forth with the factory. But we always want to try and find the best outcome, for yourself, to try and get this resolved. So there's a couple of things that we can do. If you like the look and the style and the feel of the furniture, you're happy with it. This model's been around for ages. It's very rare that we get faults with it. It may have been that something's happened in transit or something. It's really hard to say. But like I said, we'd rather just get you something brand new. And if you're happy with the style of the furniture and want it like for like, then we can certainly get it like for like. If you want to look at an alternative, and welcome to either meet myself or Jeff in the store and look at other options, we can certainly do that as well. But one thing we most certainly won't do is leave you without furniture. So you're more than welcome to use that until whichever replacement would come in.
Okay, so your store, particularly Sam and also Rick, let your brand down. You let your company down, and the barrage or the responses I've had from him and the letdown from him has made me very anti the store. Our previous sofa was from Natuzzi. We bought it from Beadle and Chrome, and we were very happy with it, and we were sort of almost sad to see it go. So we have been quite happy with Natuzzi in the past, okay? On this occasion, right, because the day this thing got delivered, all these two pieces of furniture together, I walked into the room, saw it assembled, and I immediately said to the two guys, that's not right. And I could see that from the other side of the room. And I've had to, and that got delivered on the 29th of May. And it's taken till today to get anyone to say, yeah, we agree, it's wrong. And it's basically, you've got a design issue there, I think, that is causing the quality standard not to be made. So therefore, I wrote immediately that the fact that, as far as I'm concerned, I would not be happy with that, and also not happy with the chairs. So I think I wrote on the 12th of June. I think that was the official PDF notice to say that no, I do not want a replacement. I'm within my rights because it's within 30 days. That what I prefer to have is you uplift all the furniture and just refund me the monies, please.
We're not questioning that at all in the sense that what returns are. I can apologise. The process is not as smooth as we would like it to be, and it's taken this long to get to the solution. And absolutely, if that's the route you want to go down, then I'll get back to the customer care. So we've obviously discussed, and that's how you would like to proceed, and we can follow that. It's all in writing. We know the faults existed from the beginning. And we absolutely acknowledge that. And like I said, in terms of gesture, we'd certainly ask if you were happy to give us the opportunity. I'm happy as a regional manager to meet you in the store by appointment myself and assist you personally. But also what we would like to do is offer you an additional 10% uplift on credit if you did want to look at something else. So where you've paid $5,000 in total, is offer you a 5,500 credit should you want to replace it with an alternative model altogether.
Thanks for
just by way of apology from our end.
Thanks for the thought. The apology, or should say that what you could do now for me, which would be really helpful, is just to learn and listen how aggravated I have been. That literally I want to just return the furniture, have you uplift it, quite quickly, and I did say, look, if you leave it laying around here, I reserve the right to charge you £50 a week for leaving it here. So I want you to uplift all the furniture and then return me all the monies, and you make sure it's absolutely clear that some of this is not just down to the actual quality faults and for the error that actually Rick made. It's also by the way that Rick, the sales or the manager of the store, treated me as a customer. So that's the reason why I will not do anything else other than just clear the slate. I don't want it. And unfortunately, that's what I would like, please. And unless you can tell me that I'm not within my rights.
No. Like I said, what we want to do is try for the solution. Like I said, that's why obviously I appreciate in terms of the journey. Hopefully, the furniture is something you've had to before you're happy with. I can only, like I said, apologise in regards to the service and the journey that's been. And like I said, if there is anything that I can do to make it right, then I'll certainly want to try. We'd love to keep you as a customer.
The only thing you can do, Duran, at the moment is to say, Mr. Marcus, it will take me a week or so to get the things uploaded, and you've got to liaise with us because we're on a holiday briefly for next weekend. I need the uplift doing, and to tell me how many days it'll be to actually get the credit back into my account, and then that's it. And I think the next lesson is that whoever's training the people who are the sales consultants should look very hard about how well they can ensure that this error, the particularly one with the selling the chairs, doesn't happen again. Because what's happened is we've been into a couple of stores, different furniture stores, and we've tested people. We've literally gone and tested to see what they were like. And I hate to say it, you were beaten very, very strongly by the salesperson in Furniture Village. And I don't class them as being the same people as Matusi, but they did a cracking job. And just to let you know, that's the sort of thing we've gone and done. So just to keep it absolutely clear, because the time's moving on now, can you confirm that what you would do on this occasion to put things right is to refund all our monies and arrange the uplift that are time to suit me of both the chairs and the sofa? Okay.
So in terms of next process, obviously, first thank you, Tom, obviously explaining, and obviously I've got a clear instruction of what you'd like to do in terms of proceeding. I will speak to our head of customer care, who's the person that authorises that next step in terms of the uplift. I'll make it very express in terms of what you've expressed, explicit. Obviously, make a note that you are due to go on holiday next week, so we'd like to get this resolved.
This next weekend?
Next weekend, yeah. So we'd like to get this resolved, obviously, prior to that. And I'll give those clear instructions, and then in the next sort of day or two, we can come back to you with next steps.
Okay, so what is the name of this head of customer?
Well, it'll be either that or it'll be, we have a gentleman called David, we have a gentleman called Gary, and they all work at our head office, and I have through our internal process go through them. Okay,
so basically you'll write to them, and from what you've written to them, they'll move it on.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you very much.
Okay. No worries, we'll speak soon. We'll speak ahead before the end of the week.
How long does a refund take?
Actually, I should hopefully be able to get back to you by Thursday.
By Thursday.
How long does a refund take?
And how long would a refund take, by the way?
So first the furniture gets collected. Collection would be agreed with the delivery partner in terms of availability. Usually it's 3 or 4 days out. Once it's collected, we will then, was it fully paid or was it on finance?
I paid for it all.
Paid for it all. Then they will request your bank details and it will be paid via bank transfer.
Okay. I tell you how bad we saw the situation on day one, on the 29th of May. I said to my wife, we're not taking any of those labels off the furniture. So the original labels are still on the furniture.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that's it. I'll leave you to organise that, and I'll look forward to speaking with someone probably by Thursday. Brilliant. Thank you.
Thanks for your time. Take care now. Bye bye.
Bye bye.